In the plays Fences by August Wilson and Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller, there are characters that can easily be compared. In this case, we will be comparing Troy Maxon from the book Fences and Willie Loman from the book Death of a Salesman. Both social class and success play a huge role in the overarching themes of the book.
One main theme throughout the lives of Willie and Troy is that they both have warped definitions of success based on their personal experiences. Consequently, this caused both characters to make choices that ended up hurting themselves and their family. They were both attempting to live out the American dream, each in their own ways. This was not a viable path that they could take, since they also neglected those surrounding them.
In both of the books, the characters define success using the three notions of wealth, respect, and happiness. Success is achieved when those three notions are achieved. However, affairs were a prime instance of failure amongst the two men, which prevented them from being successful and following the American dream.
In Death of a Salesman, Willie states, quote, "I won't have you mending stockings in this house. Now throw them out," end quote. In Act 1, Willie screams at Linda for mending her stockings because the stockings serve as a reminder to Willie of his betrayal from his wife and the affair. Willie feels very guilty about the affair and knows that he was the cause of the whole problem, but has trouble facing it and owning up to it. As a result of his failure to deal with his mistake, he projects his feelings onto his loved ones.
Willie says, "Are you spiting me?" Biff responds, "Don't take it that way, goddammit." Willie then strikes Biff and falters away from the table. "You rotten little louse, are you spiting me?" Willie sees Biff's lack of success and business drive as a punishment to him for Biff knowing about the other woman and the affair. Willie's guilt gets the best of him, causing him to overthink every negative interaction he has with Biff and think his son's failure is all because of him.
They both use their own experiences to either guide their sons in the path they followed, or they drive them in the opposite direction. At times, both the fathers have the idea that their sons will be better at a particular task when sometimes they may be worse. Either way, they do not handle situations in the way a father should and tend to become envious of their children instead of being happy for them and giving them actual good advice. It is deceitful for them to be giving advice on success since Willie and Troy are far from achieving it. In Death of a Salesman, Willie thinks that Biff can be a successful salesman like himself and wants to show him the ropes and what he has endured in his years of a salesman. He says, "I'll show you all the towns, and they know me, boys. They know me up and down New England. I have friends. I can park my car in any street in New England, and the cops can protect it like their own."
In Fences, Troy does not want Corey to play football because he does not want Corey to fail like he did with sports. Troy says, quote, "I don't want him to be like me. I want him to move as far away from my life as he can get. I decided 17 years ago that boy wasn't getting involved in no sports, not after what they did to me in the sports," end quote. Even though their sons are both tentative to take their father's advice, they definitely lose all respect for their fathers when their sons find out about their affairs. This demonstrates the failures of their dads and them not being able to follow the American dream.
Therefore, striving to succeed in living out the American dream can cause craziness and manic if people don't attain their sought-after ideals.